Hello and welcome. So my new book, From Trauma Survivor to Soul Warrior, Reconnect to Your Real Self, is really a journey. It's a journey from soul state where we start looking at some of the soul reasons why we would take on a lifetime, why we would take on being incarnated, why we would take on coming into this world with all its challenges and stresses and traumas and everything that goes with being human. And so the journey of the book begins there, just in that planning. We just have a look at some of those reasons we might venture into a life. And then the next phase of the book, well, we've landed. We've done it now. We've turned up in a body, and we're down in the pit of the heavy-duty experience of life with all its beauty and its ugliness, its highs and its lows, the easy and the difficult, that huge contrast that we experience down here. And because I'm a psychologist, because I work so much with people around recovering from trauma, the first part is really taking some of the best practice psychology bits and pieces in terms of healing out, finding our bearings, getting through the heavy lifting phase, or what I call the root system work of healing our trauma. And then, as a mighty soul warrior who's in the mud of our messes and our trauma, then we move into the trunk phase of that healing tree, where we explore some of the powerful psychological ways of understanding what's gone on, what's happened to us, the dynamics, the defense mechanisms. And this is where we also venture into hypnotherapy for inner child work, for parts integration work, healing out these aspects. And this really takes us then into the branches of the healing tree. This is where we start to nudge up against the spiritual. And this is my key purpose in the book too, is to bridge that gap from, I guess, conventional or standard psychology into the more soul level spiritual perspectives. And once we get into that, looking at things like near-death experiences, past life regression, life between lives work, some of these ways we can start to re-access the spiritual realm and our spiritual self. And from this level, we heal out, can let go, really can resolve the trauma more fully, because we start to be able to see it in that bigger context, start to make sense of it. And then we venture back beyond the canopy, back home, back into soul state. And this is where we really notice not just the reasons we took on those challenges, but the gifts that have come out of them, the qualities, the resources, the strength, the love, the wisdom, the empathy that have evolved in us, not despite the challenges, but because of them. And so it's sort of an evolution journey the book takes you on. And when we land in here, this is where we get stuck into that, more psychological, psychosomatic work of healing. But then we integrate that back into soul level and really start to make sense of the whole damn journey. So that's what the book's about. I feel very called to write it. It feels really purposeful, because so many clients I meet are really looking for that more spiritual perspective and how to integrate that into their trauma recovery, whether it's big T trauma, little t trauma, or everything in between. It just feels very important to get this message, this kind of book out into the world now. And as we're moving into the last few days of the pre-sale campaign, that's just hybrid publishing, modern way of crowdfunding for the publishing. It's helping me raise the publishing costs so I can get this book out there and do an audio book, hopefully. It's a lovely modern way of where early readers, people who pre-order the book early on, are really supporting me in this mission to get the message out there, create a book. The benefits of pre-ordering for me are just having your support and encouragement to go then into the next stage of revisions and refining the book and getting it up to professional level. And there's lots of bonuses and perks incorporated in the packages that are there. So check it out. Just a few days to go before that winds up. And then I'm right into the final 6 months of writing and editing and hopefully published in September 2025. So yeah, come on board, dear Soul Warrior. Be part of this journey with me. It's been wonderful getting all the encouragement and support so far. Lots of kindness and people pre-ordering a book or two and whatever the package. Very grateful for any and all support, and feels very connected. It feels like we're building like a Soul Warrior community, which as we launch this book out into the world just helps it to reach those people who need this message, who are open to this message, who are looking for just this message. If we don't market, if we don't spread the word, if we don't get it out there, of course, how can it reach people? That's the whole service function of me sharing these messages with you. And any help spreading that message to others is greatly appreciated. It's really just to get this book and these ideas and concepts and techniques into the hands of those who need them right now on this planet. So God bless, lots of thanks, get on board last few days, and yep, look forward to having you in the Soul Warrior community.